paints via rebate. Shop these deals in-store or online today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase. See sales associate for details. Offer valid 8/21 through 9/3.
Presenting Again Flings love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
Walking into the building for the first time after the shooting, it was crippling, but it had to be preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ-FM in HD1 San Francisco, on Odyssey Sports Station and the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries. Always live on the free Odyssey app and now coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios.
Cool people, good times. It's the Good Guys 38th West Coast National, happening all this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds in Pleasanton. Check out over 3,500 classes, an earth-shaking Nitro Thunderfest, tire-smoking burnout competition, Good Guys autocross racing competition, plus an indoor car show celebrating 70 years of the Tri-5 Chevy and more. Happening all this weekend at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. Details at good-guys.com.
Do you often worry you left the garage door open? With a LiftMaster garage door opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime, from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, Ace's Garage Door Repair and Installation has smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video, streaming, and battery backup to let you in when the power is out. Trust Ace's Garage Door Repair and Installation for top-notch service and unbeatable reliability. Whether you need a quick fix, a complete replacement, or a brand new installation for your garage door or garage door opener, our skilled technicians are here to get the job done right. With competitive prices, a commitment to quality, and diamond certification, Aces has you covered. Call today at 855-588-2237 or visit acegd.com. That's acegd.com. Aces Garage Door Repair and Installation, where your garage door is our priority.
Take your fantasy football draft to the next level with 95.7 The Game and Splash at Thrive City in San Francisco. You and 14 friends could score your own private view lounge, the best seat in the house for game day energy, 2 full hours of draft time with complimentary Wi-Fi, power for your laptops, a loaded draft day food station with non-alcoholic drinks, plus a dedicated server, all a $1,500 value. And here's the kicker. Willard and Dibs will be broadcasting live that night, then hanging out with you and your guests after the show. Listen this week for your chance to win and join us Tuesday, August 26th. Get details at 957thegame.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Experience hands-on automotive history at Cars in the Park on Saturday, September 13th at History Park in San Jose. See restored classics that once roared down America's earliest speedways and watch skilled mechanics assemble an authentic Ford Model T right before your eyes. Cars in the Park offers activities for automotive enthusiasts of all ages, and children under 5 attend the event free. Adult tickets start at $5. Visit historysanjose.org for more information.
I needed to relocate for a new job, but my house was holding me back.
At John Buys Bay Area Houses, we help Brian sell his house quickly and start fresh. We take care of everything. No cleaning or repairs, no fees or commissions, no hassle.
They took care of everything, and I could move on time.
Call 510-800-JOHN or search online for John Buys Bay Area Houses to get a fair cash offer today.
Start fresh with John Buys. Odyssey, we believe in creating a diverse and inclusive workforce. We also value the power of community and encourage local organizations to help us in referring qualified applicants to our stations. If you're a community organization interested in receiving our vacancy information, simply email equalemployment@odyssey.com. You'll be notified of all our open positions. That's equalemployment@odyssey.com. And for all our listeners, please visit odysseyinc.com/careers for a list of job openings at all Odyssey radio stations.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduced stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. Stroke risk may increase. Eliquis can cause serious and potentially fatal bleeding. Don't take if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or bleed longer. A spinal injection increases blood clot risk, which may cause paralysis. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or bruising, or back pain, tingling, numbness, muscle weakness, or incontinence. Aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Sun and clouds for San Jose going up to 89.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have you heard? The Staples Easy button is back with even more easy. Press it for custom prints, shipping services, even passport photos. Staples. That was easy.
It's time to wake on up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. With a nice cup of Joe.
What's up, Joe, bro?
Featuring Joe Spadoni.
He's an Italian.
And Joe, the Butcher Boy Shasky.
I am slippery.
Oh! The best part.
Got him. And that's the ball game. So the Jets struggle again against the lefty. They only pick up 4 hits in this game. The only run is a home run by Casey Schmidt. And not only do they lose the game, but we will have to wait and find out how bad it is with Landen Roupp.
Poor Kaiway Tang.
No, poor Landen Roupp. I mean, the hits keep coming, and they don't stop coming. Not in a good way, by the way, for baseball hits. Like, the actual hits of, losing players. Because the Giants, they just can't get out of their own way, unfortunately. And Landen Roupp trying to make a play on the mound. Knee buckled. Didn't look awful. He gets hit by a line drive. We all thought that was it. Kind of stumbles. And then before you know it, sprained his left knee. That's what it looks like. Hopefully it's just a sprain. Nothing super, torn. But a sprain in and of itself means there's a slight tear, and we'll wait to hear the degree of it. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's the Morning Roast, Spadoni alongside Joe Shasky, and shout out Sam Lubman for filling in yesterday. Joe, happy to have you back. Carter, shout out to all of you. But, man, just 8-1 the final, but losing Landen Roupp and potentially losing him for, more time next year, Joe, considering the season he was having, it's a tough blow. It's a very tough blow.
Outside of Jung-Hoo Lee, batting .338 in the month of August. What's going well for them right now?
Crickets. That was it. Jung-Hoo Lee, maybe he's been playing better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's batting .338 in the month of August.
That's about it.
That's just not good. And then, poor Landen Roupp. This guy has been awesome all year. He goes on the IL. He returns for, 2 starts total? Mm-hmm. And a ball coming back up the middle. He tries to, dodge to get out of the way of. And then in that whole process, as he's falling over, the leg buckles like that. I mean, Joe, snake bit doesn't even begin to describe what this team is going through right now. There was a video of Willie Adames and Bob Melvin kind of I couldn't tell what was happening, quite frankly, but they were talking, and it looked like Willie was jarring at him. I don't want to make too much of it because we just don't know. I don't know. We don't know. It didn't look normal. Things are just so off track for this team. And I just ask out loud, of all the things that were going well for them leading into the All-Star break, Robbie Ray was pitching like an absolute stud. Logan Webb looked unbelievable. Randy Rodriguez looked unbelievable. You had a loaded bullpen. You know, Willie Adames was heating up at that time. Matt Chapman, he'll be back. Nothing has materialized in the second half like they thought it would. And this team they don't just have a fork in them. I mean, they're just completely snake bit. 2025 is a season to remember in the fact that I don't ever want to remember it ever again.
I was going to say it's a season to forget, but you're going to have to remember it.
No. Joe, this is as bad as it gets.
It's bad. I'm not here to tell you it's good. Like, as I go Drake and Josh here, I'll throw out that reference, but you won't get it. Earlier millennials will definitely get that reference, but 61-66, 5 games under, August 21st, Joe. Padres, it's a party out there, and you said blow it up a couple weeks ago, and I think a lot of people were, getting on you.
Yeah, they lost their minds on
They were
me.
getting upset. Like, when you say blow it up with this squad, it's not like it's the New York Yankees or Los Angeles Dodgers or San Diego Padres. Blowing it up for this Giants team is really a couple of moves. It's not really like you're blowing up anything, because really to blow something up, there has to be a huge skyscraper or there's got to be a building that's actually going to have some
couple
impact.
Stories deep.
No, that we're talking about like knocking over like a Lego tower at home. Just boop, there you go. Like that's the definition of
this is not a
rebuild.
skyscraper. It's a ranch style house in the peninsula.
Yeah, I said or you know how like kids are going back to school, how you like made those like buildings out of like popsicle sticks? Like that's like the
Well, we used to
equivalent.
have to build, I don't know if you ever had to do it, but we had to build missions. That was a big thing in Catholic
yes,
schools.
Catholic
See,
school,
look at
4th grade.
And it would be basically a tutorial on whose dad
Mom
was
or
the
dad.
most
Yeah.
creative.
Mom or dad,
And
yeah.
you would come with this like board, and you like I did San Juan Capistrano. So we went and got moss. There was this little like hobby shop on Ocean Avenue. Everybody's mom or dad, whoever was the crafts person in the house, would end up. Carter is dying. Is this the San Francisco thing? I don't even know.
I'm telling you right now. I
You
literally
did it too.
yes. I grew up in California. It's a very
But you didn't go to
California thing.
Catholic school, did you?
I did go to Catholic
Oh, I
school.
thought you went
Joe.
to public school.
No, what are we talking about? I went to Catholic
I'm sorry, I
school
apologize.
my entire life.
Sam,
yes.
do you know what we're talking about?
What, the building of the missions thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to. Well, I didn't get to do that in school. My turn never came around, but that was a thing.
Yeah, you knew what it was then. Okay, I didn't know.
California kids, public or private,
Okay.
know what? 2 things. Mission projects and John Steinbeck books.
Oh, John
That's it.
Steinbeck.
That's what we're always going to be reading.
Good
Of Mice
call.
and Men. Red ponies.
It was like Gary Paulson. That was the other one. We had to, like the kid in the wilderness. You guys have to do those ones at all.
Don't know what you're
What?
talking about.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Where the Red Fern Grows, that book? Yeah, that was a sad one. 888-957-9577. Sorry, I didn't mean. In the light of things, I probably shouldn't. I thought it was even.
Here's
I don't, yeah.
like last night, like Fernando
I'm gonna
Tatis
eat that.
Jr. robs a home run in the way that you would in the backyard if you were dreaming as a child of how to rob a home run. Dad, throw it up so I could rob the home run. You know exactly what I'm talking about. We all did. In fact, for my high school, I think it was JV year, I tried to do like me robbing a home run for like, your standstill photos.
Right, yeah.
We would always try to do action shots. This is like, now it's gone totally crazy where people are lighting fire on these children youth action shots. You don't know what I'm talking about?
What?
Yeah, I've seen a lot
It
of them.
used to just be a standard. You're standing there and you get like a baseball
Yeah,
card
I know.
thing. Like,
so
I
like
don't-
mine was me like trying to like rob the fence or whatever. Even I didn't even play outfield at the time. And so you'd have fun with it. Fernando Tatis Jr. robbing that, but like admit it, Giants fans, that was sick. I mean, can't even be angry. Like this is sick. And then they showed we were showing this like umpire cam all night last night, which is great. I loved it. I thought it was really cool. And then they cut Machado's up and they go right to the umpire cam. Ding! Home run. And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of cool. It's like I'm now rooting for like cool angle shots and things that I like that remind me of the backyard because the Giants are so pathetic. I mean, Casey Schmidt hit a home run and I was like, I did the Steiny. Yay.
Yeah. Well, you said angles yesterday, and you referenced the most important angle of all from NBC Sports Bay Area. And shout out Kai, who was on the call when he opened up the show today. That Willie Adames Bob Melvin interaction.
What was going on there?
Well, it was Willie voicing some sort of frustration or explaining something, and Bob not responding. It was almost like when
shocker.
Well, it was almost like
Bob, are you awake? Adames is not happy.
It's like when I have like my 2-year-old or 5-year-old voicing their concerns about them wanting McDonald's tonight. I said, sorry, we got McDonald's at home. It's called chicken nuggets in the freezer.
We got McDonald's. You don't say that.
No, I do.
We got McDonald's at home.
We got Joey McNuggets
knowing
at home.
damn well it's not even close to as good as McDonald's.
Those Dino Nuggets hit. Stop it. Hit those in the air fryer and you're chilling.
Give me a break, dog.
But that's the equivalent. It was like your 5-year-old or 2-year-old just like yapping and you're just not responding because you're thinking about other things. Like that was Bob Melvin listening to Willie Adames yesterday. He literally, I'm watching the video right now, Joe. And if for those of you who missed the Giants game yesterday, it's 1-0, bottom of the second right now, or top of the second, I should say. San Diego's up top, and it's just Willie Adames in the dugout, just saying something, voicing his, like talking with his hands, being very boisterous, just, I don't know. And then Bob looks at him, then just directly turns around, looks at the field and doesn't respond.
We've got another 40 days in the season left.
Like, not saying he lost the locker room, but that would be the first step if it happened, right? Is a guy yelling or voicing frustrations about something to his manager not responding. I mean, Elliot Ramos had his back, right? Does Willie Adames? I don't know. By the way, Bob Melvin spoke yesterday about Landen Roupp. Would you like to hear the update on Landen Roupp after the game?
This poor guy, yeah.
Here we go.
Left knee sprain. We're going to send him back to San Francisco and get an MRI tomorrow. So,
was the cart about the injury or about all the stairs between here and the clubhouse, or a little of both?
A little of both. Just want to make sure he didn't put any pressure on it. So, just being careful with him.
Do you have any read from the trainers about how serious it might be?
Not yet. I think we can see what the MRI has to say.
Sprain with the P. Not strain, sprain.
Sprain, yeah.
How's he handling? Are we able to see him before you?
Yeah, I saw him right after. You know, he said, I'm going to be fine. So it's just the way he is with everything.
Looked like it wasn't the ball itself, but the stumble.
Yeah, it was two. Kind of, the ball hit him in the back of the leg, I think. Yeah. And it was when he caught himself, and then when he had to go get the ball again. I don't know if he hyperextended it or it, obviously was scary for a sec.
The kid's put together such a nice season, and then came back from the elbow thing, and to have this happen, you just feel for him.
You do. Yeah, I mean, we try to rush him back and try to get him back in the rotation. He'd been pitched so well, out for a little while, and then, obviously a shorter start, and then again today, and now he's going to have to go on the IL again.
Was the knee the only area of concern? It seemed like it might have turned an ankle through all
No,
that. Okay.
It's just the knee. Yep.
Poor Landen Roupp. I mean, I love when he's like, no,
I don't mean to laugh.
The
I'm
ball
sorry.
also hit him. It's like, yeah, I got shot in the arm with a gun, and I also got stung by a bee. Which one hurts more, Bob? I mean, are you kidding me? Of course the ball hitting him hurt him, but like, he doesn't want to put any pressure on it. That's not good. That's not good at all. From the 650, my wife and I got an A on my son's mission project. You got to laugh through the pain.
You know what my brother did? It was actually really creative.
My wife and I got an A on my son's mission project. That might be the text of the year.
My mom.
Oh, 650 thing. I needed that. I've been going through it. I needed that.
No, that's a great call because my mom definitely made all of them. And my mom was like a part of the church. She would do reading on masses on like Sunday mornings. No, seriously, she loved it.
I want to know who's building the best mission and the worst mission of the on-air everyday hosts here at 95.7.
I'm the worst. I'm zero creativity at all. If you give me instructions on what to do, I
think Mark Willard makes the best of all the. If we were asking to build a mission, I think he gets super arts and craftsy. I think he's all into it.
Sneakily,
and I mean that with all my heart.
Sneakily, and this might sound laughable. I think Steiny might be.
Well,
able to
he's
be
an
good
attention to detail guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, but can you picture him with the tiny little magnifying glasses and the tweezers, putting things together?
Kind of, yes.
Really?
If you were to tell me he his hobby was to paint little World War II soldiers, I would believe you. And he has the little magnifying glass. He has the little different paint.
Now imagine him building those little ships in a bottle.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Geppetto and Pinocchio just has his little workshop. There
that's funny. That's funny.
No, but that's
a 650. Thank you. I needed that smile.
My brother, as we've sidetracked here, talking mission building in California.
My wife and I got an A on my son's mission. I mean, that might be the line of the year on the show.
My brother built a mission. I don't know if it was Carmel Mission, San Juan Bautista, wherever, Capistrano, doesn't matter. He built it out of gingerbread. He made a gingerbread house mission, and the creativity alone might not even looked good, but it's wow, you get an A. That's pretty creative, right? If you just go outside of the box with these things, they're usually pretty lenient. If you go standard trifold board and like, you know, you try to like draw it or something. It's like, all right, like, come on. We got kids building mosaics out here. You're using Sharpies. Miss me with that.
I'm with you on that. All right, new segment every day. Okay, it's very simple. There used to be these accounts like, did the Giants win? And like the account would just go yes or no every day. So new segment. Is Bob Melvin still the head manager of the San Francisco Giants?
Just sell and just fire everybody.
Was he on the podcast last night? He was. Dude, that guy's record this year.
Lotus.
I mean, geez Louise. You want to talk about the dark cloud over the team. It might be Bonte Hill doing pre- and post-game show. We got to pick on somebody here.
I love Bonte on the
God, poor guy.
Was it Radio Bonte last night after the game?
Who's got more wins, Verlander or Bonte?
Oh, boy. Sket that. It's probably Bonte, actually.
I don't know.
And guess who's on the mound today?
Oh, no.
And guess who's on pre and post today?
I can't wait. It's just going to be poor whatever pitcher next after Verlander gets shelled today.
Let me
poor Justin.
Can we just go
Verlander.
real quick? Let's just go through real quick with me, all right? Let's start from the top of this roster down. Logan Webb and Robbie Ray. Well, decent, right?
Thumbs up.
Yeah, I would say
Thumbs up.
Pretty good seasons. I would say really good seasons. I don't know about great because you got to finish, right? So on the curve of the Giants, absolutely great. But in overall, like really good seasons. Who's next? Randy Rodriguez?
Ranrod. He's an all-star. Right?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Randy Rodriguez.
Who's next after that?
Well, I would have said Landen Roupp, honestly. Like,
Okay,
I feel like
agree.
I feel like his season got cut short with injuries, but prior to that, he was a baller for this team. So I'll say that.
So four guys, okay? And we've seen about, 40 this year? Give or take. We've seen probably 35 to 40 guys this year. So four guys have looked good. Who's next?
This might be a hot take. Maybe I'm recency biased right now. It's the redshirt season for him. It's basically his rookie season. Jung-Hoo Lee.
No,
Jung-Hoo Lee's been better, Joe.
I think I would go in some order. I would go Ramos Lee or Lee Ramos.
Yes.
What do you think?
I think those are the two right there, which is crazy because I know how hard you've been on Jung-Hoo Lee.
No, I know.
He's been
really good.
He's been really good lately.
He batted 278 in July and I think 38 in August.
Yep.
So he's been awesome. And if anything, what he showed me is he can adjust midseason, which is a huge thing.
That's important.
And he stayed relatively healthy, knock on wood. What else?
No, I'm not giving.
Casey? What about Casey Schmidt?
Casey's been better.
I think you can make honestly, given how little he's played, you can make an argument he's been as, if not more productive than either Adames or
since he
Matt
shaved
Chapman.
his head, I'm going shaved head Casey Schmidt. He's been balling.
Now, about Raffy. What about Raffy? Where's he at for you? I think Raffy's been better than Chapman and Adames.
Which isn't saying
not
much.
saying much.
That's not saying
He's got
much.
9 homers as a Giant. He's batting like 235, give or take, 1,000 strikeouts.
Yeah, I'm giving him kind of a mulligan right now, but having said that, I have not been impressed by Raffy Devers since they've gotten him. It just the whole totality of the season shifted, I feel like, once they acquired him, and it's been nothing but disappointment. Not saying it's his fault, Joe.
Yeah.
But he is the highest paid player on the team right now. And yeah, he's better than those other guys you mentioned who are also the other 2 highest paid players on the team. So there's something to be said for that. But the totality of Raffy Devers as San Francisco Giants been kind of okay. Yeah. I call it an okay.
So I look at this, like in sports in general, when you want to have a really good season, forget a great season, just a really good season, you're going to have a couple guys have career years, and you're going to have more than half your roster playing really good. I don't care what sport it is, football, basketball, baseball. Can an individual carry you? Sure. But other people have to chime in. It's a team sport. And right now, 4 guys plus Lee, Ramos, Casey, that's 7. You can't have 7 guys having solid seasons and everybody else being utter disappointments.
No, I look at the team you're facing against. Tatis, who's probably having a down year by his standards, batting 266. I mean, I got Arias batting 290. I got Machado batting 290. I got this guy, Ramon Laureano, who they acquired, who's batting 320 for the Padres. He's been unbelievable for them.
I love Kype. It's not Liriano.
It's not Liriano, no.
He's been in the league a long time, and you faced him against the A's. Someone's got to get to him.
Well, his brother knows him too. So Laureano, just right there. Gavin Sheets, who's been very good for them, right? You just keep going. The list goes on. Cronenworth, who's batting 240, still the Crone zone. That guy, I fear him when he's at the plate.
240 on our team's like 320.
Exactly. And then it's interesting, too, because you go to the Padres pitching, it's not been good at all, really. Their starters have been awful.
It could have fooled me.
Yeah, which makes it even worse.
This week, I thought we were facing Don Drysdale and Sandy Koufax.
I mean, I know you love your boy J.P. Sears, who used to be an A. And now,
I actually do like him.
He's good.
You know, he reminds me of, he's kind of like a pluckier
If that's even possible, Ty Block. No, you need guys like that. You need like crafty lefties.
4 or 5. I mean,
I think he's got a lot of guys. Like Woody was that way, but Woody was better. Like I'm talking about Kirk Reeder.
Yeah.
Like I like those like crafty lefties that are just kind of funky
and not very like big.
No,
kind of like 5'11".
But they know what their game is.
Yeah, exactly.
I like those guys. Those guys are strike throwers.
By the way, you can hit us up and shout us out on YouTube. Brought to you by First NorCal Credit Union. For a low rate auto loan, apply online or just ask for First NorCal financing at the dealer. And as always, we are coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios, Laughing Monk Righteously Brewed in San Francisco, Joe.
Is Bob Melvin still managing the San Francisco Giants? Yeah, he is. Check in tomorrow.
What did you make of that Willie Adames back and forth though? Like that is the talk of the game right now. Outside of Landen Roupp,
what I make of it?
It's not even like a back and forth because for a back and forth, like both people have to be talking. It's Willie like yelling or saying something to Bob and Bob just turning around and ignoring it.
You know what I say to those?
It bothers me.
It there's not a like for like, but it reminds me of when I see couples arguing and I'm like, what is happening behind the scenes that we don't see?
Well, it's the couple.
This is getting to the end.
It's the man or the woman, depending on the relationship, saying something, and the other one just has that 1,000-yard stare where they're just like, "Hello, darkness, my old friend."
Oh, Simon Garfunkel.
We've all
best.
been there where it's the 1,000-yard Saving Private Ryan stare where it's just like, I'd rather be anywhere else than here right now, especially in public too. It makes it so much worse. Like, what? Keep it in the family. That's what I've always. Thank you. That's the Giants season in a nutshell, quite frankly. That was going through Bob Melvin's head when Willie Adames is yelling and shouting in the dugout. He turns around to look at the stadium that he used to manage in, and it's so fun, and everyone's having a good time. And Mike Schilt is dapping up all the players and doing belly rubs and fist bumps. I'm making most of this stuff up, by the way. But that's what he's picturing, and it's killing him on the inside that the Padres are so much better without him. They're so much better off without Bob Melvin, and it's killing him. It's killing him on the inside.
Could you imagine just another franchise like, that's the guy we need to run our team, Bob Melvin. Like, who in baseball? Like, I would always hear it's like about Jim Tom Sula. Who's hiring him? Who in baseball is like, gotta have Bob Melvin? You know, if you fire Shanahan today, there are 25 teams that'll line up and get him. What AAA team wants Bob Melvin? I'll wait.
Maybe the Pawtucket Red Sox. How about them? There's like a drill happening.
What was that?
Something's happening in our studio right now.
Star Wars stuff was happening.
Yeah, no, there's like
what was that
in our building? So we're on the 10th floor. There's something above us, like there's like construction or something. We'll explain it on the other side because I'm sure everyone's
and I've got something personal to share with the audience for those that know that don't know. Just give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to give an ode to man's best friend.
And that's going to be brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
Let's go.
And Joe Shasky
Giants, Niners is on crack.
on 95.7 The Game.
8-1 the final. Padres over the Gigantes. Giants lose Landen Roupp probably for the season. We'll see. Knee sprain, they're calling it. Willard Dibs going out Bob Melvin. Bob Melvin not saying anything back. What's going on with the Giants right now after Elliot Ramos defends Bo Mel, that the players love him? I'm not trying to read too much into it, but also I could only talk about what I saw, and what I saw was Willie Adamas going at Bob Melvin and Bob Melvin turning around and not responding. Kind of like a parent does with a toddler. Not saying that's the same thing, but I'm also not saying it. As I say, good morning to Shasky, Carter, and everyone getting off work right now, getting ready for school. You know the number to chime in. It's 888-957-9570. And by the way, coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, the Valkyries are taking on the Phoenix Mercury. And you can hear the game right here on 95.7 The Game and on the Valkyries channel on the Odyssey app. Just download the app and search Valkyries. And our Valkyries insider and correspondent, if you will, Brandon Pajemski, talked with Willard Dibs yesterday. If you missed any of that interview, you can find it on YouTube or the Odyssey app. And Pods basically said he was the reason that the Valkyries signed or got Veronica Burton in the draft. Pods is taking the credit for that. So you know what? Okay. Good for Brandon Pajemski for bringing in Veronica Burton. V, as Kevin Dana calls it.
So it's the big four.
The big four, the big pods.
Yeah, it's all the Lake-Ups and pods making all the decisions.
You know what? Why not? Why not?
You thought
I was
going
fantastic.
You thought I was going Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Steph Curry and pods. No.
I'm just glad we haven't talked about Jonathan Kuminga yet. But there's still time. There's still time, Joe.
I'm good.
Speaking of still time, you wanted to talk about something near and dear to your heart.
Well, look, today is Michelle and I's 15-year anniversary for being married.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
that's
15
awesome.
years.
15 years.
Time.
That is a long time.
It was a long time. And yesterday, I missed the show, and I think radio was National Radio Day.
It certainly was.
What makes radio different from any other medium, and this is how, I love radio still to this day. I still listen to podcasts, and it's a form of radio, and sometimes it's separate, but you really get to know your hosts, and you get to understand them, and you feel like you're friends with them, I guess, to some degree. And so, Michelle and I have gone through a lot of ups and downs over the years, and about 13 years ago, we were living in this little apartment on Mission Street, and she really wanted a dog. Oh, I want a French Bulldog. I really want a French Bulldog. I went all the way out to...
Frenchies were all the rage back then. Was that 2012,
2011, 2012, yeah. I went all the way out to Fremont into this Walmart. Okay, this is the early ages of eBay-style transactions. I forget how I found this woman who was selling dogs, and I brought money... Yeah, big bag of cash. I'm thinking, dude, I could get robbed out here. You don't even know who this person is.
Drug deal for a dog.
And we picked up Leonidas, and I'll never forget. I picked him up out of this whole group of little puppies. He came out, he was licking my face and everything. Well, we lost him in the last 24 hours, and some people have different algorithms. If you have never had an opportunity to have a dog in your life, you're not going to understand what I'm saying. And I was one of those people. I grew up. We didn't have dogs. We didn't have dogs at all. In fact, we ran from dogs. I was petrified of dogs. No, I was like that kid, scared of dogs.
I was scared of clowns. It's okay.
In my neighborhood, there were, Rottweilers and pit bulls, and they just petrified me. And I got bit when I was little riding my bike, and it nipped, not bit. You know what I mean? Let's be real here.
But the way you remember it, it was hard, and it
traumatic.
Had an impact on you.
I would be super jumpy when it comes to dogs.
And dogs feel that energy.
No doubt. They absolutely feel that energy. And Leonidas changed our lives, and we've been through a lot of ups and downs. And he is part of my family and was the first addition to Michelle and I's family. And I think it's... this is really sad yesterday, and so he's been going through a really tough time. He had some health stuff and had a stroke or a seizure. We're not really sure. A couple weeks ago, and he really slowed down in the last couple of months. It's a great run, for a dog to live that long. And in the middle of the night last night, we had to take him in, and he had to get put down, which sucks. And we were grieving like crazy. So I just want to thank all the audience and everybody for allowing us a day off and me a day off and the family to just kind of grieve. And I'm still not over it, 100%. But dog is man's best friend. And as someone who didn't grow up with dogs and was petrified of them, my life has been so enhanced by having Leonidas in our lives. We've had multiple dogs since. We acquired Michelle's brother's dog when Michelle's brother went through a lot of stuff. And these dogs have always been there for us. We had our own fertility journey, if you will, for well over a decade. And we would come home and the dog was always there loving us. And we got kicked out of an apartment because of Leonidas, because he was barking and whatnot. And all the ups and downs of life, losing my grandmother, my grandfather, losing Scott, Michelle's brother, losing my dad, losing Riku, which was our other dog. Leonidas was always there for me. He's always my best friend. Super Bowl losses. I remember coming home and just lying in the bed and rubbing him. Playoff losses with the Giants in 2016 and in 2021. I remember Game 7 after that when I got banished to the back room. It was just me and Leo, in the bedroom watching that Game 7, just the two of us, and he would lay on the ground. And we don't deserve dogs. And anybody that ever came into the Shasky house, and you guys know where we live, but anybody that ever came into the house knew that the dog was going to almost assault you because he was so excited to see people. And it's funny, I'm a believer in product of your environment, big time. It shapes who you are. And this dog was identical to me, amped out of his mind, wanted to play, would jump up into your face and lick you to no end. Didn't have a mean bone in his body. I know their dog's the best dog. And it's not what I'm saying. He wasn't the smartest, but he loved everyone. And I'm so happy. And my life has been enhanced by my dog. And I just want to say, for those people that have a dog out there that you've either maybe lost or maybe that you have at home, hug them, love them. They are part of the family, and we don't deserve them. I love you, buddy. You're my best friend, and I'm going to miss you forever.
Very well said. And 888-957-9570. Shout out. Any dog or pet in your life, if you want to. Hey, the Boxer and Gerson Work Injury Attorneys text line is open. YouTube, by all means. We can do that today because it's always a good day to shout out a family member. And that's exactly what they are, whether it's a dog or a cat. 100%. And whether it's always people that's you're a dog or a cat person. You can have both. I was a both person my entire life. You can have both of them and enjoy both of them. Dogs are different. Cats are different, but it's specifically dogs. It is man's best friend for a reason. And I always like the quote, and I think it's attributed to Bill Murray, but I don't think I don't think he was the originator of it, but he's attributed to it. It's I'm suspicious of people who don't like dogs, but I trust a dog when it doesn't like a person. It's a great quote. I love that. It's a great quote.
Well, it's funny how they change your lives in so many ways you don't even acknowledge. But the one thing is, it made me a dog lover, and I now look at people who treat animals a certain way. I know that they're a genuine human being.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
So I don't know if that makes any sense.
No,
what I'm
for
saying.
Sure. And we see this all the time. And if you've ever watched The Dog Whisperer, or Cesar Millan, right, or whatever,
I wish I was him.
I know. Well,
Stop it.
The South Park episode's the greatest thing of all time. It's the greatest. I am not acknowledging the child. I am not going to pay attention to the child. Right? It's so good. Give me the chicken. But he does this all the time. It's just I trained people. The dog, is a product of his environment. 100%. Right? Just like how we
100%.
How we want to view, and again, I'm not doing the dog versus person analogy here.
No, no one's saying
people are also a product of their environment. So are dogs. Okay, bad owners more often than not turn the bad dog. That's what happens.
I agree.
And
with
sometimes there's dogs that even overcome that.
I can know when a dog's been loved.
There you go.
That's the way I put it.
And you can know when they can't. When they
exactly.
Weren't. Yes.
And I get that sense. And so. I know. I was a convert. We didn't grow up with dogs, and so this one hit me so hard. And so I apologize. I'm probably still not 100% right.
Well, you'll never. You'll always. It's a loss of a family member.
We were looking at photos last night. I only posted individual ones. We had so many family moments, and it was tough.
When we had to put down our first dog, it was it stuck with me forever. He was a big German Shepherd. He was actually part wolf. His name was Willie.
Wow.
He's a big dog, but those big dogs, when they get pretty old, their hind legs go out, right? And it was a pain for him to just even get up. So we actually had a house call vet to come over to the yard, and just because the process of taking a big dog like that to go it's just what are you doing? So we had a house call, and it was very peaceful is how I'm going to say it, and stuck with me forever, but it's very difficult.
For the last, I don't know, he really slowed down in the last X amount of months, and He was having trouble getting up and down the stairs. So I was carrying him up and down the stairs. He was peeing everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he was losing
tough.
control. And I was so worried about quality of life and is he in pain? They kept saying, oh, he's fine, he's fine, he's fine. And he had a very serious, I don't know if it was a seizure or stroke, something, and he wasn't right, you know, and I felt so bad for him, and we tried everything we could. The way that my wife loved this dog, and I did obviously as well, I mean, it was a true testament. We were carrying this guy, he's peeing everywhere, he loved us more than anything, and we tried to love him back and give him the best life that we could. And so if anybody's out there, like, you will do things for your own family, and pets are part of that family, that you look back on, and it is a true testament of love. And I know there's different generations, there's different cultures, because I know there's lots of different cultures that think I'm insane. You know, our dogs sleep in the bed, you know, with us. Leo, at the end, would sleep in his own little bed because there's just too many people on that bad boy.
It's hot.
But look, man, it's just, we're like, I became a dog person, and I love him, and I'm going to miss him. And so anyway, I apologize for taking a sidetrack.
Apologize.
But my dog's been there from the beginning, and yeah, and then on a side note, happy anniversary, Michelle. I love you.
There you go. Happy anniversary, Michelle. Way to put a cap on, put a bow on that. And shout out, who's the greatest dog of all time? And it could be your dog. It could be a fictional dog. Hell, I made the reference earlier. I didn't even mean to bring up the reference earlier, and it kind of slipped. It was Where the Red Fern Grows. That was about a dog, and it was about the man's best friend. It was a hunting dog.
Airbud?
Airbud, it's up there. Clifford, 888-957-9570.
I totally forgot about Clifford.
Sam said when Clifford gets the zoomies, thousands die. And I can't, unsee it.
What is wrong with you?
It's one of the greatest jokes I've ever heard.
What's the best cinematic dog of all time? Is it the Masked Dog?
We'll get to it on the other side. It's going to be brought to you by Cash Creek
Milo.
Casino Resort.
Who let the dogs out?
All right, I've wiped the tears. It's Joe Shasky here for the one and only Ceremony Ford in Colma. And listen up. Open up them ears. Tesla owners, it's time for you to make the switch. Right now, you can upgrade to a 2025 Mustang Mach-E Select for just $239 a month, plus tax for 36 months and only $19.99 due at signing. No trade-in required. Here's the kicker. And I'm not talking Jake Moody, 0% APR on every Mach-E in stock. We're talking over 100 options to choose from. It's one of the largest inventories in all of Northern California. Plus, you get a $2,500 rebate, 2 years of complimentary maintenance, and the Ford Power Promise. That's a complimentary home charger with installation. Not a current EV owner? No problem. You still get that Ford Power Promise. But hurry, because these offers end when? September 2nd. That's when it ends. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Ceremony Ford in Colma, your NorCal Mach-E headquarters. See dealer or ceremonyford.com for details.
Bay Area. What's going on? It's your boy Chewy from 102 Jams. Listen to me every day, 3 to 7 p.m. But right now, let's get right back to the morning roast with my guys, Joel Spadoni and Joe Shasky, right here on 95.7 The Game. You fired up, Shasky?
I am. Did you see what just dropped 25 minutes ago?
Well, I'm looking at ESPN right now, and it says the 49ers have the third best odds to win the NFC. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm not talking about that.
Oh, okay.
Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish.
Oh, boy.
They have to redo their logo, right? So the old school logo was the leprechaun, the Seamus, if you will, and he had his dukes up, the Fighting Irish logo. You remember it back in the day?
I thought it was ND. I thought that was just the logo, that ND.
Well, that is one of their logos.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I know what you're talking about, the Fighting Celtic. Yes, they're leprechaun, whatever. Yeah.
Leprechaun.
Celtic. Yeah.
The amount of people that I know that have that tattoo, like that specific tattoo, is like through the roof. Okay?
I know. Well, you wear the Irish side of you on your sleeves.
And
because you don't have one.
Notre Dame has been like trying to shy away from that logo.
Why?
Well, because of the whole fighting aspect in Irish, and they don't want to play into the
stereotype.
The stereotype that they're drinkers and they fight and then this and that. Okay, fine. Which is ironic because my great grandfather was a Irish fighter, a boxer, a literal boxer. We have a poster of it back in my grandma's house. Anyway, point being is that they've kind of altered their logos, and they just unveiled sports-specific leprechaun logos, and I actually kind of like this one. So this is the football one that got unveiled first. I'll show it to you. It's the Seamus, but instead of his dukes up, he's holding the football, and he's like running.
Still looks angry. I see it. Yeah,
it does nothing for you?
No, it looks good. It's great. It's a little leprechaun. Yeah, I'm not the big leprechaun, Boston Celtic. It's iconic. It's just whatever for me.
Well, their leprechaun was leaning on a stick.
I know. It's very,
which is like a shillelagh or whatever they call it.
It's Notre Dame. My dad would love it. It's
I think this is cool.
It's very traditional.
I really like this one.
It's new age. It's very cool. The colors pop. I always like the green and the gold. They're blue. They're very iconic, Joe. And by the way, their starting quarterback, CJ Carr, I was just looking it up, no relation to Derek or David Carr, but he's the grandson of former Michigan head coach Lloyd Carr.
Oh, wow.
Did you know that?
No.
There you go.
I didn't know that.
You feel good about your Fighting Irish, though? You feeling good?
Well, we'll see. I mean, we actually graduate students at our school, so I don't know what they're going to do and try to compete in this NIL format.
Back up. Our school? You didn't go there.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Yeah, wait, you said, well, we actually graduate from our school. Stop.
I mean,
please.
come on. It's all tongue in cheek.
Non-college graduate over here.
If you're a San Franciscan, okay, who's of Irish descent, and you grew up in the city, you rooted for the Niners, you rooted for Joe Montana, you rooted for Rick Meyer, Jerome Bettis. They were the one team that was on television, like the Atlanta Braves for the majority of the country.
I don't even think it has to be Irish. I think if you're a Catholic.
Well, because
my dad was Catholic and he's Italian. A lot of Italian Catholics also rooted Montana being Italian and also point. Catholic school. There you go.
Now with the way TV is, like every game is on TV, and I get where I can watch every Ohio State game.
Yeah.
Well, you couldn't back in the day, right? And so you were subject to what was on, and Notre Dame has always been on every single week, no matter what. You couldn't say that about all the other teams, and so I grew up a Notre Dame, and one of my early memories is Rick Meyer throwing a touchdown pass into the corner of the end zone with the snow coming down at Notre Dame Stadium.
Well, I'm watching the Cowboys doc right now on Netflix, and it's really, really well done. If any of you have the time, obviously outside of 6 to 10, you're going to be locked in here. But after or before that, you're going to be locked into that Cowboys doc. It's really good. Episode 3, I believe, starts the Niners and Cowboys rivalry. The beginnings of that in the early 90s. Steve Young, Jerry Rice, all of that NFC Championship game. It's really, really well done. Highly urge you to watch it. But they were talking about Jimmy Johnson before he got hired as the Dallas Cowboys head coach and what he did at Notre Dame, the Catholics versus the convicts, all of that. And the footage is just so fantastic. Lou Holtz, all of it. It's just
sweet. I wish I was the train conductor.
I'm not going to lie. I wish I was alive during that era because I was born in 93, right? So I missed a lot of that, the heyday of college football, if you will. Now, I've lived through some great stuff, early 2000s, some great teams, but I feel like the hate and the vitriol for that Miami team, and then everyone rooting for Notre Dame because they were the good guys, right? It was so cool. And the fight, and I like that you brought this up because just the name, the Fighting Irish, though, it is iconic.
It's an iconic name.
And it's unique.
Yeah.
Who else has that? No, seriously. Who else? I can't, like, maybe a high school team around there.
The
but like,
Fighting Illini.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. But
I'm just trying to think, like,
is even the Fighting Illini? I think it's just the Illini.
But they're gold helmets, and they would wear the green for the bowl games.
Clover.
Like, also, you have to remember, I'm a product of the late 80s and the 90s. And so Rudy, the movie, had a huge impact on me. You know, like, yeah, everybody loved Rudy. I mean, my brother watched it all the time.
I loved it until everyone told me it was like fake news.
Well,
basically.
it was super fake.
Yes, like when they interviewed Joe Montana.
It's called a movie, dog.
When Joe Montana, who was on the team, was just like, yeah.
I don't know if you know this.
None
The
of
new
that really
Superman,
happened.
It's not real either.
But Rudy's a real person, though. Like, that's
yeah,
the
but
thing.
they
And he
take
actually
liberties.
played for the.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Clark Kent isn't a real person. Well, there might be. I haven't looked at the census, but come on. Like, I know, Joe. Don't compare Rudy to Superman. That is the worst
saying, it's a
comparison I've ever
movie,
heard.
bro. It's a movie.
By the way, this segment is brought to you by Golden State, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. We're going to be joined by Vic Tafer at 7:20. Covers the Niners, his first season on the Niners beat. Previously the Raiders, but he's been a longtime Bay Area guy as well, so he knows all things Bay Area sports and Niners specific. I want to get the lay of the land because there is a lot of Niners topics we need to get to. Skyy Moore is now a Niner, made a trade yesterday. Demarcus Robinson, 3-game suspension. He's going to appeal it. What's going on with Juwan Jennings? A lot to be made from that quarterback room. We'll talk to Vic Tafer about it at 7:20.
All right, so if I make you choose between Giants, Niners, I'll put the A's in there because they've been here for a long time.
Okay.
A's. I'll throw the Raiders in there.
Okay.
Just because they were here for a long time.
Okay.
Sharks.
Okay.
Who else should be in there in terms of logos? Bay FC.
Toss in the Valkyries.
Okay, Valkyries.
I guess you got to go Cal Stanford, or should we throw in
Okay,
Cal
Stanford. I'll allow that. The tree is pretty cool. I've always liked it.
San Jose State?
Although the CAL for Cal is always
I'll go
really
San
cool.
Jose State.
Yeah, the script Cal is pretty iconic.
It is pretty iconic. USF. All right. Who has the best logo, if you were asked?
Ooh, that's a great question. Barry is pretty stacked. I think the Raiders, Niners, A's, they're all iconic. They're all iconic.
Honestly, I'm going to go a tie here. I'm going to go a tie between the Raiders and the Sharks in terms of best Bay Area sports logo.
It's a great point, Sam. Sharks for me.
Okay.
The color scheme,
okay.
The actual shark,
I don't think there's a wrong answer, by the way. I want to make that clear.
It's just so unique, and it's just so emblematic, too, because we have a lot of great whites here. In the Pacific Ocean. It's so damn cool. I love the Shark logo, and I do think amongst, even in its own sport in hockey, it is top 5 when it comes to jerseys and logo. And there's historic. There's the Canadians, you can go the Penguins, you can go the Calgary Flames, wherever you want to go. The Sharks it's all time.
Can I give you one that I don't think anyone's going to reference? And this isn't their primary. I think the Elephant A
it's pretty
is
cool.
iconic.
It's pretty cool.
No, it's unbelievably iconic. Unbelievably iconic.
And it's interesting, right? Because it's like the Athletics. Like, what is that? But it's so like unique to them.
Badass.
And it's
I've always loved it.
The elephant balancing. And then what I like that they did a little rebrand too was for a second, I think it was their spring training hats. I don't think they wore them in regular season games.
It was just the elephant.
But it was just the elephant, but it was like an updated version, and either it looked angry
Very
or
cool.
it had the shades on. It was pretty badass.
No, it was really cool.
Elephants in general are just cool. If you've ever like
but that logo was just awesome on the sleeve, the way it was. Is there an argument for like the Seals logo? I'm asking out loud.
That's a great one. I like the Oakland Oaks. There were some great ones there. Yeah.
I think the Warrior cable car one from back in the day is just an unbelievably iconic one.
And of course, you got to know your roots. The Oakland Roots have a great logo, obviously with the rooted tree. All the color coordination.
Oaklandish, that logo just in general is unbelievable.
And the roots and they have all the different colors. It's very cool. Shout out to Oakland Roots, and you got to know your roots, Carter.
So
great point there.
We're just having fun with this. I just want to ask the audience. Who's got the best logo in the Bay all time?
Who's got the best logo? But also, this might be a more difficult one to decide. And I like this question at 888-957-9570. Who needs an updated logo most right now?
Can I start?
Who needs who is most in need of all the Bay Area sports teams? And we'll just say that Bay Area sports teams. Who needs an updated logo the most, Joe?
We are the flagship, and I
don't want to get in trouble.
I own a ton of gear. I've told them this, and they can disagree with me, whatever. The current Warrior uniforms, the ones that are the most modern, I'm talking about they have a white and a blue one that's got the New Bay Bridge with the Eastern Span, whatever they call that particular. I personally think that's the weakest of all the jerseys and all the logos. I'm talking about the current ones that are out there. I think they need a rebrand. That's just me. I think that 1980s jerseys with the state of California and the star in the over the whole Bay Area is better. I think their one from the 1970s with the cable car, the city ones, and again, I'm biased. I'm a freaking San Francisco native, so I think those are way better. I even like, and this is an underrated one, they did the Oakland tree one from back in the day when Kevin Durant was here. It was like a charcoal gray, almost black. I think they called it slate. I like that one better.
I think they're bringing those back again this year, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to be going back to those as an alternate jersey.
I even like the new black alternates that they created right now with the W where it looks like a basket. Oh, yeah. That is better. I think their modern current uniform that they've had for about a decade is hands down the worst one. It's not even close.
What did you feel about,
of their own, and I'm not talking about just the Bay Area, that's of their own collection, Joe.
And we're talking about what, Bay Area logo of all the sports teams needs a revamp or a retooling, however you want to call it. 888-957-9570. Hit us up, call or text. Shasky's saying the Golden State Warriors do. Did you like, the Thunder Warriors one with like the mid-2000s?
Loser.
See, that's how, but it
represented losers.
A lot of people love that. Like Sam and I's generation kind of love that logo because, yes, they were losers, but they were our losers, and it was that.
I hear you on the losing thing, but like I don't know. I feel like if you brought that W back, that W Warriors logo back, I feel like it would hit.
Let me tell you something.
Like when they wore those jerseys in the last game at Oracle. No, Shasky, I was there. I remember those dark days too.
Orange, yellow, dark blue. It was just too many colors.
I kind of liked it though.
Of those ones, I actually think their best one was when they went to the orange. They went like this alternate orange during that time. By far the best. The way that like the sides were, I hated those.
You know what I got confused though when they went to the orange? It was very Charlotte Bobcats. And I was like, I hear you. God, the Bobcats stink.
Joe, but the problem was like the Run TMC Warriors like jerseys were awesome. And they were very nostalgic for people my age. When they went to those Warrior ones, it was just, ugh.
I think they should go back full time. And I just love the look in general is the ball being like the globe, and then California.
That's the one I was talking about, with the state.
The star.
Yeah, with the state with the star. I think that is a beautiful, perfect, especially if you want to rep the whole Bay Area and not do just the city. The cable car is iconic, and that's just, I personally, that's going to be one of my favorite ones of all time. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. But if you wanted to go the whole Bay Area, Joe, forget the one with the ball. There's also one that they wore in the early 80s that's a white with blue that has the state with the star on it that I love as well.
I kind of love that. 888-957-9570.
Jay Rich jersey.
By the way, you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco and Odyssey Sports Station, and the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries, always live on the free Odyssey app, coming to you live from the Laughing Monk studios. We're talking about it. What Bay Area team needs to revamp their logo currently? 888-957-9570. You asked me and Sam the question about like our favorite logo here.
Yeah, what is it? What is yours?
So we both basically said the Sharks. What's yours?
This is a tough one. I mean, the giant SF, because there's the giant with the ball around it, and that one's pretty cool. The Niner 1980s one with just the black around is just... It just hits. They had that one from basically 1971 until about 95, 6-ish. That one is by far the best logo of them all. I think it's perfect. I don't think you needed to add the gold on the inside. If I was them, I would go back to it, where it's just red and white with a little black outline. Very simple, very easy. It's almost perfect. Now, underrated? I think there's two of them. There's the Seals logo, the hat that I have on right now, which, USF and City College have taken as well. But there's also the Seals with the seal on a bat, and it's in cursive that says Seals. Look up the Lefty O'Doul jersey back in the day. Those ones are like power rank number 2 for me.
I got to read this text because it's the most unhinged thing I've ever seen. It's on the Boxer and Curson Work Injury Attorneys text line 971. Another woke liberal mindset destroying a classic logo, team, and franchise under the guise of inclusion and diversity. What are we talking about?
Yeah, what?
I don't even know what that's in reference to. The shark? The what?
You guys just way too woke on this Sharks logo.
Or was he talking about the Notre Dame one? Like fighting? Like, what are we doing here? I don't know what that was. It just was so funny. I felt like that was a YouTube comment from like a Joe Rogan podcast or something. 415 on the Boxer and Gerson Work Injury Attorneys text line. Baseball logos in general are the most classic and understated. They never do too much. So between the A's and Giants, the A's clear in my opinion. Oakland A's the best logo. The Giants across the baseball. The Notre Dame logo is what they're talking about. Okay, so there you go. So there's the Boxer and Gerson work injury attorneys.
Look, I also understand, as a guy who fought and drank way too much at one point in my life, I understand not trying to perpetuate that, though. Like, so I do respect Notre Dame from trying to phase it out.
It's one thing if like he's holding like a beer or something, but he's not. It's just like
he's got his dukes up, that's all.
I mean, just come on. I always like the fighting stance. It's like the 1800s.
You think
like
I have a problem with
London
it?
streets, you know?
You think I have a problem with it? I don't care one way or the other.
It's modeled after Lou Holtz when he tried to take on Jimmy Johnson in '86.
Dude, hey, by the way, I'm telling you, this Cowboys doc is unbelievable. The Jimmy Johnson hair, it's still to this day one of the greatest hair. It really is. Like, even like when they messed it up during like the Super Bowl celebrations, it was still perfectly coiffed. Jason's in Hayward wants to join this conversation about logos here in the Bay Area. Jason, what's up, man? You're on the Morning Roast.
Oh, thanks a lot, fellas. You guys are doing a great job. I think the logo, the uniform that needs to be replaced the most is the Giants cream uniforms with no names on the back. Because when Will Clark was here, he had a sweet uniform. It was white, and it had orange and black on the back with Clark. And that was when Giant fans were really sporting a lot of Giants gear. And then when it got cream colored, it changed. It almost looked like a Little League team or something, or a softball team. And without a doubt, that was the best. And the Warriors uniforms, when they had World Be Free, were way, way better than anything they got now. Anything you got now. And I would say, just hopefully we can just get rid of Buster Posey and get us a new logo, because we're going down the toilet. You guys have a good day now. Peace.
Thanks, Jason and Hayward. We used to have this guy call in. I don't know if you remember him, Joe.
Renegade?
It was I believe it was Mike in Alameda.
Oh, Mike in Alameda.
And he always would call trolling about...
Was it Mike or Dave? There's a Dave in Alameda,
right. No,
too.
Dave in Alameda. That's who it was. Dave in Alameda. I feel like that might be the new version of Dave in Alameda, Jason Hayward. He would call in to talk. Everything would go back to James Wiseman. We could be talking about Trey Lance versus Jimmy Garoppolo, and it would somehow end with the whiff of James Wiseman and not letting anyone forget about the comparisons people had between Wiseman and Kevin Garnett. Jason and Hayward gives me very similar vibes of Dave and Alameda. And Dave, if you're still listening out there, I'd love to hear from you, buddy, because your calls would always brighten up my day. So Dave and Alameda, I miss you, buddy. It's weird when I say Jason in Hayward, because I just think of Jason Hayward, the player. So it's very, I'm trying to wrap my mind around that. So he says no to the cream for the Giants. Do you like the cream?
They're fine.
The cream of the clear?
Yeah, I have no problem with the cream. They're fine. I also like the 1980s, Giants attitude, Will Clark era jerseys as well. And I love the orange. See, I think the orange ones that are button downs on Friday nights should be pullovers. That's what I would do. I would go pullover on that, and then I would go with the more traditional 70s pants. Like the Mets have this pullover pinstripe jersey from the 80s that they wear occasionally. That's the one I would do for the Giants.
I'm not just a big orange guy in general. It's just not my favorite color. I don't think I own a lot of orange things. It's just it's not a good color on me, Joe. I'm a light-skinned guy. It washes me out. I'm just going to be honest here. That being said, I love when the orange pops more because of a black jersey. And the Giants black jersey, no, I will put that up as a top 5 jersey in baseball. It is literally one of the, I know you feel that way. From my preference, it pops so much because of that
Think
orange.
about this. Top 5 jersey in baseball. Yankees, Cardinals, Sox, Cubs. They're jumping over all of them.
I don't say it lightly.
Okay.
Cubs or whatever for
Reds.
me. Cubs don't really hit as hard for me. Reds, not as much for me. Again, this is my personal preference.
Dodgers,
Joe.
A's.
I'm telling you. I said it. I'm saying it with my chest.
That's why I'm asking.
saying it with my chest. Yes. The Yankees are up there. I will put the Cardinals up there. I will put the A's up there. You can pick whatever one for the A's. I will put the Giants one there. And then you can have your pick. Phillies are in the equation, right? You can go Red Sox, but for me, red, white, and blue is just so blasé. I
hate red, white, and blue.
It's very boring.
I hate it.
And then you have to be that's why I don't hate when teams try to do...
Talking to you, St. Ignatius.
I don't hate when people do different spins on it. Like the Texans have red, white, and blue, but they do things different. Like they do the chrome helmet, or they try to be over the top. At least be doing something different with it, right? God, and they need to go back to the Oilers jerseys. I know Tennessee technically owns the rights there, but the Houston Oilers is just so iconic.
I know.
Bring back the oil towers. It looks so clean. Warren Moon, right? As I'm watching all these 90 docs. But hey, before we hit the break here, this guy's been hanging on tight. We're going to get to Vic Tafer in about 10 minutes, talk some Niners, because there's a lot to get into with the Niners when it comes to the wide receiver room. DeMarcus Robinson, 3-game suspension. What's going on with Juwan Jennings? They just traded for Skyy Moore. But Eric in Livermore wants to join
Eric.
the conversation.
Yeah, I want to hear
He has
it.
a dog he wants to shout out. Shasky.
Okay, let's hear it.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up, Joe? What's up, Chefy? Sorry if there's like background noise. I'm like on a construction site, but I'll make it quick. Yeah, like when you, Chefy, when you're talking about your dog Leonidas, kind of reminded me of like my dog Wes. I had him for 15 years, just like you, and I definitely had those moments with you. The same thing with like the apartment where you have to figure out like what you're gonna do and all that stuff. So. It definitely reminded me, and I actually lost him earlier this year. And yeah, and I definitely can attest to, you know, it does take a toll, and it feels like you're losing a family member. And so when you were telling your story, it really just hit my heart. And Spadoni, I definitely attest to the in-home when that comes into the home. We did that for my dog because he was a husky, so he was, you know, he did like the vet, and it was a little too hard for him. So yeah, I definitely can say that it was really good.
Hugging you through the phone, bro.
Real comfortable for us.
Yeah, I'm hugging you through the phone.
The for lack of a better term, the in-home put downs. It's you know, vets there have services where they can come to you, especially for the bigger dogs that really just can't get up anymore. It's very peaceful. It's tough though, and we appreciate it. And again, we're celebrating dogs today. We're celebrating pets, loved ones, because they are family members. 888-957-9570. If you have a story you want to share, or a dog that you love, or a cat, doesn't matter. We're celebrating it today in honor of Leonidas. This is definitely after, 300, right?
Well, we lived on Mission and Leo, okay? And we were watching 300, which was a huge rage. And I don't know if you know this, but the bulldog, not the Frenchie, but the bulldog in general, is the Greek war dog. That's what they would have out in the war.
I did not know that.
So I went Leonidas, and we shortened it to Leo because we lived on Mission and Leo at the time.
There you go. No, we're going to talk about that.
It's a great name,
Maybe
right?
We'll talk about that with Vic Tafer on the other side. Maybe Vic has a dog or story or two. It's going to be brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. This Labor Day weekend, be road trip ready with Valvoline Instant Oil Change. No appointment needed. Stay in your car while they change your oil and check your tires, battery, and fluids. Before you head down the coast or over the Golden Gate, visit BayAreaOilChange.com.
They've got the largest LED screen in the Bay Area, immersive sound, and a private or semi-private spaces for your crew. Host your fantasy football draft or watch every NFL and college football game in style. With craft cocktails, elevated pub fare, and ice-cold beer on tap, not to mention golf simulators, pool, and shuffleboard. Fun for the whole family. College Saturdays kick off at 8:30, NFL at 9:30. Mention Willard and Dibs or 95.7 The Game to score an exclusive game day perk. Reserve your spot now at SplashSportsBar.com.
Ain't nothing gonna break my stride. Nobody gonna slow me down.
Don't let pneumococcal pneumonia break your stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk. So be proactive with Capvaxive pneumococcal 21-valent conjugate vaccine to help protect against invasive pneumococcal disease and pneumonia caused by certain types of pneumococcal bacteria. Capvaxive helps protect against the strains of bacteria that cause about 30% more IPD cases than any other pneumococcal conjugate vaccine in adults over 50, according to national-level CDC stats. Regional variations may exist. Don't get Capvaxive if you're allergic to the vaccine or its ingredients. Tell your doctor if you have a weakened immune system. Common side effects include injection site reactions, feeling tired, headache, muscle aches, and fever. Capvaxive does not protect against all strains. For more information, call 1-800-927-8888 or visit capvaxive.com. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Capvaxive. Need help paying for your Merck vaccine? Visit merckhelps.com. Sponsored by Merck.
Comcast Business High Five Hotline. What's the state of your excitement?
I signed my business up for the 5-year price lock guarantee, and I can't stop high-fiving people. High five!
Okay, deep breath. You're in a good place. You signed your business up for 5 years of gig speed internet and advanced security, all on our ultra-reliable network.
Gig speeds and advanced security? I'm so stoked!
Yep, and you get it at a great rate that's locked in for 5 years.
Woo!
The high five is just your body's way of saying, I'm winning.
So this is natural.
High-fiving everyone you see in a state of business savings enthusiasm, totally natural.
Sweet! Thank you! Thank you! High five, everybody! High five!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee is back, but only for a limited time, so sign your business up today.
High five!
Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 9/21/25 for new customers with qualifying bundle. Current customers may be eligible depending on services and area. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school is on the brain. That means new notebooks, pencils, new everything. And while the kids are getting ready to get book smart, it's time for you to save smart with Straight Talk Wireless. Switch now and get a free Moto G 2025 with 5G when you activate select plans. Now that's a smart call. Get Straight Talk covered by Verizon's 5G network. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Offer valid through 10/19/25. Taxes and fees apply. Purchase of gold unlimited plan or higher required for offer. Must activate the plan in-store at Walmart. Cannot be combined with other offers.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on Earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Great to be on with the two Joes.
This is Oreo Cookie from Oakland, California, and it's plain to see you can't change me because I'm going to be a roaster for life.
You like that? You like that?
You know what I love? Well, I shouldn't say I love him because I haven't even tried it yet. But apparently Kyle Shanahan doesn't mind a smelling salt or two. You know, that was the big talk of the town. Oh, they're going to get rid of our smelling salts. No, the teams aren't just going to provide them anymore, and the league isn't providing them. You can still take them. You just got to bring them yourself. We're going to be
There's so many jokes in there.
We're going to be doing
Fantasy Draft Saturday, boys. Bring your own smelling salts.
I kind of respect it, actually. We're going to do it tomorrow? Is that what we're going to do it?
Wait a minute. What are we doing?
Well, I'm doing it. I don't know if you're strong enough to do it.
I'm not doing it. I don't put anything up my nose anymore except a nasal spray every now and then.
You don't put it up your nose. You put it next to your nose.
I'm not doing that no more. Nope.
You smell it.
Yeah, I don't do that.
And it's supposed to like clear the airways, make you more like focused and everything.
You need to do like a key bump if you're going to do it that way.
Well, I'm doing something tomorrow. It's going to be right here on 95.7 The Game. All right. And we're going to be
So you're going to do the smelling salt. Have you ever done them?
I have never done it. It's going to be the first time I'm doing a smelling salt.
I've never done
I'm going to do it on air, and you're going to be able to watch the reaction.
Oh, okay.
And we'll lead up to it. Hell, you know what? Maybe we'll ask Bonte to do it too.
You want to go to war?
Yeah, exactly.
Scarface over here.
So you might be the only one left out. Bonte and I might be able to do
Joe,
it.
let me tell you something about my years of sobriety. Peer pressure doesn't get to me like it used to.
This isn't like a drug though. You're not going to get, it's not habit forming.
Chug. I'm good.
You took DARE?
Smell.
Sounds like you did take the DARE program.
Oh yeah, when they put the cigarette into the like clear like mannequin thing that would like inhale the cigarette and you'd see the smoke fill into the lungs. You don't remember that?
I remember it showing us like 1980s cartoons about if you smoke marijuana, you'll be like running around the streets in a bunny rabbit outfit. I was like, Sounds awesome.
A bunny rabbit outfit. No, that's the synthetic stuff that Chandler Jones was on.
Stop it.
Speaking of a guy that covered Chandler Jones, Vic Tafer going to be joining us here momentarily, courtesy of the River Islands guest line.
I mean, if weed does that, what does fentanyl do? I mean, Jesus.
Okay, I don't know. We're off the tracks right now. By the way, coming up tonight at 7 o'clock, the Valkyries take on the Phoenix Mercury, and you can hear the game right here on 95.7 The Game and on the Valkyries channel
kids are going to school.
via the Odyssey app. Just download the app and search Valkyries. All right. Getting the lay of the land from 49ers training camp. And let me just ask Vic Tafer as he joins us right now again on the River Islands guest line. Joe Spadoni alongside Joe Shasky. Vic, good morning. Have you ever partaken in a smelling salt?
I have not. No interest. So I'm sure it works. Looks like it does a nice job, but no.
Well, that's just the thing. Like, what did you make of the whole smelling salt controversy thing? And do I have that right, by the way? The league is basically not providing them anymore, but players could still take them on the field, right?
Yeah, the league does weird stuff. I mean, everyone got all excited when they had this ban for like 24 hours. Players are getting all upset, and all of a sudden, you know what? Just have your own supply, which is kind of a weird deal. So I think players are whatever. I mean, just the league does some weird stuff. So I think like it won't be a big deal going forward.
You know, Vic, I've been following you for a long time. How many years have you been going to training camps for Raiders? And now, obviously, you're on the Niner beat, but how many years have you been going to NFL training camps?
Probably 20 years, probably.
Wow.
Give or take.
Okay,
Yeah.
So this whole rash of injuries that's going on with the Niners, like as someone that's been around the game as long as you have, what's your feel on it?
It is odd because like every day there's a new one, and they're all not really serious. So that's one good thing for Niners fans, I think, is like all these injuries are supposed to be a week, 2 weeks tops. I think most guys are back to the opener. I think Pooney's the one question mark as far as the opener goes, but it could be a lot worse. I mean, I've been at camps where there's definitely a lot more serious injuries, not as many day-to-day, but definitely more serious ones. So I think in that way, I guess it's good news.
Is there anything that you're seeing that they're doing that maybe sticks out and is abnormal compared to what you've seen? Like I'm talking about just practice or training or the prep before. I don't even know. I'm just asking out loud. Is there something that they do different that it kind of like raised your eyebrow, or is this just random?
Yeah, I see the Twitter theories like, oh, they're not stretching it right, they're not doing the right stretches. I mean, all these guys are all of a sudden experts in cardio and but no, I think it's just a freakish thing. I think it happens once in a while. I don't think there's like you can't blame the training staff. You can't blame the stretching methods. I think they do what most teams do before practice. So I just think it's one of those weird things where, again, they're not any of them, right, knock on wood, are serious. So I think that's the one thing that people should focus on.
Well, and right now we're focused on, the wide receiver depth. And the word is just depth in general when it comes to the 49ers, Vic, and the lack thereof, but specifically at the wide receiver position. Obviously, you have George Kittle, tight end, best in the league. Him, Brock Bowers, probably 1A, 1B if you're doing fantasy this year. Who knows? And then you got, Ricky Pearsall, and hopefully he can stay healthy this season. Obviously, what he dealt with last year with standing, he showed some flashes, right? And I think in that preseason game against the Raiders, you saw that Pearsall to Purdy connection. But outside of that, it's a lot of, They made the trade yesterday for Skyy Moore. Now you got Demarcus Robinson. Obviously, they handed down the suspension. He's going to appeal it for 3 games. And then what is going on with Juwan Jennings? Is this an injury? Is this a hold-in? Is it a combination of both, Vic? What is your sense of what you're gathering down in training camp and talking to the players and talking to everyone about what's going on with Juwan Jennings?
Yeah, I don't know Jennings. Obviously, I'm new on the beat, but my sense is that he definitely is hurt. It's a calf injury. Is he hurt enough to the degree where if he had a better deal, he'd be out there? I mean, that's a question mark. I think maybe he might be out there more than he has been. He's starting to show his face a little bit more the last few days, which I think is a good sign. I think he's at practice, he's getting treatment. So I don't think, again, it's a long-term concern. I think he realizes he has some leverage. Like we've talked about all these injuries, all these guys are piling up on the injured list. And they need him. I mean, they needed him before the injuries. They need him more now with Ayuk probably out till week 6 and Robinson missing 3 games. So I think he's in a good spot as far as his contract negotiations go.
Yeah, that was my follow-up. Do you think this contract gets done then before week 1?
Yeah, it's hard to say because I know the Niners want to kind of draw a line. They've paid everybody pretty much the last year and a half or 2 years. And at some point, the guys say, you know what, that's enough. And they kind of redid his deal last year. So I think they want to draw a line. But at the same time, leverage is leverage, and he has some, so I don't know how much he can get, but I do think they're trying to work with him. They like him a lot. He's definitely one of those guys who's kind of like got the spirit they want in the locker room and on the field. Teammates love him, so I think he's a good guy to get get happy.
What'd you make of the Skyy Moore trade? You've seen this guy play a lot the last couple of years. So does he fit?
I mean, you're desperate. Everybody fits, right? I mean, you need somebody. Somebody has to run the routes. I think he's an NFL receiver. I think he was drafted second round, I want to say, 2022. Never lived up to what they thought it could be. I think he's got some route running issues, but he's quick, which is a good thing. He has experience in Andy Reid's system. I think he can play the slot. He can play outside. I believe he returned a punt for a touchdown this last weekend, so he can do that. So, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, but I think he'll be on the roster.
All right, about 4-5 weeks or so, they've had this training camp. On offense, who's looked the best to you?
Pierce also good. I know the reports have been incredible. Everyone's raving about him. It looks good to me, so I think that's all you want of a guy who looks like he fits the part as a number one draft pick, a guy who's definitely getting better. He missed some time, so I think that's a good thing. Sadly, Russell Gage, he got hurt yesterday. He's out for another 10 days. He looked great. He was going to be a guy if I could fit some of the holes they had at receiver, but he's going to be out for a little bit, so that's a sad thing for him. He kind of came back from an injury. Was a pretty good player a couple years back to the Falcons, but he's going to be out for a couple of weeks. But and McCaffrey looks like McCaffrey, which I think is going into training camp, that was a big question mark. How healthy is he? Is he back to what he was? He looks great, so that's definitely a huge thing for Niners fans.
Well, another huge thing would be, Mykel Williams, right? Your first-round pick this year. Jasky and I were at the practice where he got hurt. Joint practices against the Broncos, obviously. Didn't play last week against the Raiders. Do you expect him to play potentially this week, Vic, against the Chargers, or you think they'll put him on ice and wait for week 1 just to be safe?
My guess is they put him on ice. I think, I imagine all the injuries piling up. Shanahan's getting more gun shy as far as putting guys out there this weekend as far as most of the starters. I think Mykel's probably missed half a camp at this point, so I don't know if they can do what he wanted to do with him originally as far as the plethora of roles, like outside, inside. May have to focus on one thing on week 1, but clearly a guy that I think will be an impact player this year.
Who's your favorite player on defense so far through the 4 or 5 weeks?
The good thing with this camp is, like you mentioned, the injuries and stuff, but the stars have been stars, and Nick Bosa looks really good. Nick Bosa's in great shape. He looks like he's ready for a big year. I think all these guys, Fred Warner, obviously you watch him in practice every day. You get it. You get why he is who he is. So those guys have been kind of the leaders, and just bringing the juice and also bringing the leadership and the talent. So those guys are both look prime for big seasons.
We're talking to Vic Tafer here, covers the Niners for The Athletic, and he's joining us courtesy of the River Islands guest line. It's Spadoni and Chasky. It's the Morning Roast. And, ESPN's on in our studios right now, and they just showed, ESPN Bet or whatever, and it showed the NFC conference to win the conference odds, and it was Eagles, Lions, and then it was the 49ers. Does that surprise you at all, Vic? I know we love to do doom and gloom, and that's what we do, and maybe we're on our own bubble, but I just see all the different injuries. I see all the different changes. They were, 6-11 last year. But clearly, Vegas and maybe nationally, they're viewing the Niners a little higher. Do you think that's a little rich, or do you think they are the third best team potentially in the conference?
I think two things. I think one, I think it is wide open in the NFC. There's definitely not a lot of elite teams in this conference, especially in their own division. I think it's wide open. I think people talk about the schedule. It's a really nice schedule for the 49ers as far as who they're playing, the home game down the stretch. So also a big factor. I think we talked about, their depth is definitely shaky, but they have an elite group of 7-8 guys, I want to say, who, if they play well, and they were hurt last year and they missed some time, but those guys are healthy and play well, they're pretty good. I mean, Brock Purdy's obviously, people debate top 10, top 15 quarterback, but again, he's pretty good. So I think you got guys at key spots that other teams don't, so that gives them hope.
We were kicking this around, just having fun. The Notre Dame Fighting Irish kind of launched a new updated version of their Seamus, if you will, their logo, and it's guys holding the football or whatever. So we were asking, what's the best all time Bay Area sports? It could be Cal or Stanford, it can be the San Francisco Seals, it could be the Warriors, the Sharks, the Niners, the Raiders, the A's, Giants. Who do you think has the best logo?
Raider fans are going to love this. I think clearly they can't win the last couple decades. They have a lot of problems but I think the uniform and the logo are probably the best in sports.
There he is. That's Vic Tafer. I thought he was going to be teeing up. Well, it's my first year on the beat. It's the San Francisco 49ers, right? But I appreciate you, Vic. Do they
serve wine and cheese on this side? Now that you're dealing with, or is that a misnomer?
No, why? I'm looking for it. Where is it? I heard about the wine and cheese, but I haven't seen it yet. So hopefully someday I'll get some.
Week two.
They'll break
Come
that
out
in
to
the
tailgate.
yeah. Well, yeah, when they do the regular season games, Vic, not for the
or I think it's week
preseason.
3. I think week 3 is the home game.
Exactly,
yeah.
after the Saints game. There you go. Hey, Vic, great stuff,
Thanks,
man.
Vic.
We really
Good talking
appreciate
to you.
it. We'll do it again throughout the season. All right, man?
All right, boys, take care.
There he goes. That's Vic Tafer, 49ers insider for The Athletic. You know what I like about Vic? He is a straight shooter. He's going to say straight to the point. He's not going to sugarcoat anything. He's going to call it like he sees it. And I did get a sense that he thinks the Juwan Jennings thing's going to get done. Like, I know he didn't say it, but from what he's hearing and from the vibe I got from him, he thinks this thing's going to figure itself out. And he's been showing up the last couple days. And he's saying it is like a legit injury. So maybe that quiets the noise a little bit there if it's like legit. Right.
Having a realistic conversation.
Yeah.
Boy, it feels like he's setting himself up, whether it's the injury, the contract, or a combination of both. It feels like he's going to be behind the 8 ball at least to start the season.
Yeah.
How many guys in recent memory, just around the league, have either had a big injury or a contract or a combination of the two and have really hit the ground running and had a monster year?
You'd have to go around the league and go through that. But for the 49ers perspective, not a lot. It has not been good. They've started off the gate pretty slow. But that being said, if his whole game isn't really predicated on elite athleticism, I know it's easy for me to say, right? What's elite athleticism? But his game's not focused on like being a speedster, a burner, right?
He's a chain mover.
He's a chain mover though. It's third and Juwan. Like that's the thing.
Guy on my hip. Let me catch it.
Let me catch it. Exactly. Yeah. That being said, this particular injury is concerning. Like, I don't mess with calves.
He's not the only one.
Yeah.
Upton Stat has the same injury.
And then now we know
that's not good.
And now Russell Gage, was it an MCL sprain? There's like, he's going to be out 7 to 10 days.
What's going on with Mac Jones?
Mac Jones has the knee sprain.
That.
Yeah.
Can you update? Because I was in grieve mode yesterday. What exactly is going on? I just saw a knee injury. Do we know exactly what is happening with Mac Jones?
This is what Shanahan had to say.
Yeah, we think he'll be back. Yeah, we think he should be fine for week 1. We just know he can't go this week, so.
There you go.
You know, and this kind of brings me to another point.
I know that was very short.
I'm going to be real here on this one. Like, and this is why Shanahan and Lynch, like, shame on you. Shame on you for bringing in Carter Bradley and Tanner Mordecai. No, I'm dead serious. Those guys aren't NFL players. Like, shame on you. Like, the way that people get hurt, you cannot just give roster spots because, the guy's dad's on the staff. And I'm sure they're going to, he was, promising player. And nah, dude, like, if any organization should take the third string quarterback position pretty serious, I think it would be this one. Like, it really ticked me off. Like, watching Carter Bradley in the first 2 playoffs, he is not good.
No, he's not.
Who thinks he's even close to?
In fairness, Curtis Rourke got hurt, and he was the 4th on the depth chart.
I think he was injured before he had an ACL. He was recovering from an ACL injury while they drafted him.
I know. Well, whatever it is, right? But, like, he was listed as the 4th. I'm just looking at the depth chart. He is listed as 4th on there still. So he's like a 4th string, like, quarterback, Joe. So, yeah, he doesn't belong. He's a practice squad guy. So, yeah, I understand what you're saying, and you're frustrated having watching it. But it is, he's not doing anything. If Carter Bradley plays actual regular season snaps, then yes, we have something to worry about. But he's a practice squad guy. He's practice squad. It's okay.
Yeah, but Joe, if you're going to only have so many joint practices and so few reps.
Yeah, Nate Sudfeld back, though. Isn't that nice?
If you only have so few reps and you only have so few games, like, what are we wasting our time for with Carter Bradley? Like, we all knew after one preseason game, and I'm sure they knew before that, like, at practice, like, he's not it, dude. And then... Look, I don't expect you to be 58 deep at every single spot on the team, like across the board. But it was pretty evident he's not an NFL player, even close.
888-957-9570 has the recent wide receiver depth shifts on the 49ers, whether we're talking about the Demarcus Robinson suspension, whether we're talking about Juwan Jennings still dealing with the calf injury / hold in, hold out, whatever you want to call it. Russell Gage now is hurt. I'm looking at Ricky Pearsall, number 1 wide receiver, Joe. Like, this is his opportunity. Like, if Juwan's going to be out, like, the first week or 2, like, I don't know. And Ayuk's obviously going to be out for as long as he needs to be out. It's a huge opportunity for him.
Well, huge. Okay. What'd you make of the Skyy Moore acquisition?
Honestly, he flamed out in Kansas City. Kind of concerning. Like, that's a place where you should be able to thrive with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, right? You would think. You would think that's a place you could be able to
especially
thrive.
if you have a particular skill set.
Correct. And
what's the guy?
And Tafer's the one that said he's
James
not
Toney or whatever.
Kadarius Toney. He just couldn't catch the ball. He got open. He couldn't catch the ball. It was just that was his thing.
Well, okay. Do you consider Debo a gadget guy?
Yes, a little bit, but also like he's he has traits as a wide receiver where he can high point the football. I've seen it.
To me, I file him under like football player.
Yeah.
Not gadget guy. Gadget guy is like more, even way more
Cordero
niche.
Patterson, maybe.
So like Quentin Patton, Bruce Ellington. These are guys in yesteryear. Like the Niners have always loved this infatuation with gadget guy, meaning like kind of can do some speed stuff, can kind of maybe do some return stuff, more end around, maybe like not elite at the slot, but not the fastest guy,
Right.
but kind of undersized. It's never worked for them.
No.
Gadget guy just doesn't work for them. I think 1 year of Marquise Goodwin, who was a legit burner. I mean, he was a legit burner. He was a good player for 1 year. But, like, name me gadget guy who's worked for them. Did Ray McLeod work for them?
No.
All right. Like, Dante Pettis?
No.
Okay. Like, let's keep going down.
Just going, no. It's
I'm
a
just going
great point.
Shanahan. I'm going Shanahan now.
No, Dante Pettis will work. Ronnie Bell, if
Ronnie
you will.
Bell, kind of gadget guy, yeah.
Who was the Southern Methodist? Ronnie Gray or whatever.
Danny Gray.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like these guys.
So again, I would have made the move too because he's an NFL player.
Now it's Jacob Cowing, by the way. You didn't bring up this. Like
He's
that's
another guy.
Hurt again, left. Like, what are we doing?
Well, what we're doing is I think we're desperate and we're going after a guy in Skyy Moore who actually has taken NFL snaps, and it's probably the smartest move to do.
It's literally.
So is it going to save them? No, but Joe, like I'll defend the move in that you had to get an NFL body in here.
Well, that's exactly right, and it's a guy at least with some upside who was drafted. Like the Chiefs and Andy Reid clearly thought highly of him to draft him in the second round
Sure.
to pair him with Patrick Mahomes. It just didn't work out. The only thing that was concerning for me that Vic was saying, hey, he's not a good route runner. It's like, oh, great. Well, neither was Debo, but Debo did other things, as you're mentioning. So can you improve enough with that? Can you work with a guy like Ricky Pearsall, who by all accounts is an elite route runner? Juwan Jennings, when he comes back, can you work with guys like that? Can they coach this guy up as a wide receiver? Because we talk about it all the time, Joe. This is the conversation with Jim Harbaugh, right? And coaching these guys up and maximizing skill sets.
Yeah.
I want to see that with Kyle Shanahan when it comes to some of these guys this year. You're going to have to maximize the skill sets of a lot of these players. We know what we're getting from Nick Bosa. We know what we're getting from Fred Warner, George Kittle, Trent Williams for the most part, Christopher McCaffrey. All the question marks on those guys is basically health. We know what we're getting when they're healthy, though. They're going to be elite players. It's those other guys that need to step up and have legit seasons. It's going to be a Juwan Jennings type of season he had last year. We're going to need to see that maybe from, not a Skyy Moore, but can we see flashes? That's what I want to see, because you mentioned all those other guys. How many times did they actually flash? Zero, it felt like.
Danny Green barely even suited up for you.
Exactly.
Danny Gray, excuse me.
No, you might as well be Danny
Yeah,
Green. Exactly. Here
Dante
you go.
Pettis only played like a year and a half,
the thing I remember of Dante Pettis was he was a bear against you and me to play.
He made a touchdown catch against the Vikings week 1 his rookie year, and I was like, oh, we've got some. There was like a toe tapping back of the end zone.
Colored hair. And
it was the biggest play of his NFL career is the game against the Bears in the rain.
By the way, Joe, did you know that Football Talk on 95.7 The Game is presented by Paramount Plus? I know you're a subscriber to Paramount Plus, right? Are you big into Paramount Plus? You know why I love Paramount Plus? Not only do I get the football, but I get the Nickelodeon action too.
Oh.
And they do the little crossover, so young Benjamin can watch like the SpongeBob feed with and they do the Slime Time Player of the Week, then the MVP, the Nickelodeon MVP, right? But you can always count on these days CBS and Paramount Plus, because they got NFL. And again, as I mentioned,
They got South Park.
They
got Mobland, which is the show everybody tells me I should be watching.
And you can watch your local NFL game live every Sunday on CBS and Paramount Plus all season long. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. I'm a subscriber. You should be too.
I am as well. And they also have the Carter Chickering biopic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Landman.
The Lake Tahoe stories? The Lake Tahoe stories? You're going to get a Netflix doc soon, Carter? Yeah?
We'll see.
We'll see. Well, he's wearing the starter jacket like they were wearing in this doc from the early 90s.
There will be blood.
I do wish, I am envious now. What is the term we used? FOMO, fear of missing out. That's like a big thing with these generations these days. But I have a little sadness that I wasn't alive in the early 90s to watch Niners-Cowboys rivalry, because I'm living through it right now with this Netflix doc.
Yeah.
With all the different personalities.
While you're there in the 90s, you should take a look at that guy, Michael Jordan. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, was he good?
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. Yeah.
Just while you're there.
I watched the doc, Joe, too.
I know. All you young whippersnappers that think LeBron is the god. It's like, just watch Jordan.
You know it's okay to say that LeBron James is also really good?
He is. He's just not Jordan.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's all right. there's Tom Brady and there's Joe Montana. They cannot be the same.
New
either.
Superman movie is a great example. Like, there's Crypto, that's his dog, and then there's Superman. It's a big drop off between the two.
Oh, speaking of dogs, there you go. So we shout out
they're
and
both
honoring Leo today.
superheroes.
Crypto, you in on the Superman dog? No, this did nothing for you.
It was okay.
Yeah. That's how I felt. Most people are saying about the Superman movie in general. It's like,
it was okay.
It's okay.
I thought Man of Steel was better, but that's fine.
Well, Henry Cavill's gone now, but he looked the part of.
Well, he's
Superman.
alive.
Well,
you made it out like he's gone, like he's left us.
Oh, he's like gone at all these projects.
Henry Cavill, he's on. He's gone on.
Stop. It's not what I meant.
Rest in peace.
Vic Tafer, who just joined us. By the way, these guys flipped that sound real quick. Shout out Sam and Carterack. They're crushing the producing. Vic Tafer, who just joined us, courtesy of River Islands, on if they get the Juwan Jennings deal done, the 49ers, that is, before week 1.
Yeah, it's hard to say because I know the Niners want to kind of draw a line. They paid everybody pretty much the last year and a half or 2 years, and at some point you got to say, you know what, that's enough. And they kind of redid his deal last year, so I think they want to draw a line. But at the same time, leverage is leverage, and he has some, so I don't know how much he can get. But I do think they're trying to work with him. They like him a lot. He's definitely one of those guys who's kind of like get the spirit they want in the locker room and on the field. Teammates love him, so I think he's a good guy to get it.
I think they're gonna get it before week 1. I would be shocked if they wouldn't at this point. Just given all the injuries that have happened, and Tafer said it right there. Like, proof is in the pudding. You don't have bodies right now. You need this guy out there.
I'm lowering my expectations big time on what I expect from him in terms of output this year. Because you can't miss all of camp and come in and just dominate. Like, it's just he's gonna have to take a couple of weeks to ramp up, and then you gotta like put your body through the gauntlet, and it's just.
Well,
I mean, he had almost 1,000 yards last year in the 16 games that he played. That would be really difficult to accomplish this year.
You like Greg Cosell, right?
I find him to be a little condescending. He knows his stuff.
That was not what I was looking for. Well, he's our 95 cent of the game NFL insider.
Here's the way I put it. I don't think I'd want to hang out with Cosell.
That's okay.
You want a coffee? Well, the function of the coffee is to. It's like, dude, just. Do you want a coffee? Yes or no?
He's not doing that. Relax.
Do you want a coffee?
Greg
Yes or no?
Cosell is not breaking down like Frank Caliendo is doing as his Mel
drip.
Kiper.
It's a system drip. This isn't a real press coffee. It's a system one.
The espresso, right? I've watched all the film.
Do you think he's a good time at a party? Like, honestly.
Honestly, I do.
I think he's a good time on Willard Dibs, where he said all this stuff yesterday.
Thank you, Sam.
Okay, so let's say in this hypothetical.
Get to it.
Hypothetical, Shasky's having a house party and Baldy's there, and Willard's having one of his watch parties.
Okay, but Baldy's
and
at the
Cosell's
party
there
everywhere.
That's what I'm saying.
But there's levels to this. Just because he's not Baldy at a party doesn't mean he's a wet blanket. I like Greg Cosell, and I do think if you get a few pops in Greg, he'll tell you some stories. His uncle was Howard Cosell, for Christ's sake, Joe. You think of the stories that guy could tell?
I wonder how he got his start.
Well, you know what?
A lot of hard work, that's how.
You got to get their foot in the door somehow.
What, Carter, what?
Hey,
guys, I'm still grieving. Allow me to just throw some hay bars,
I'm still grieving.
I mean, jeez.
Poor Landen Roupp.
Well, poor Kaiway Tang the night before. I mean, jeez.
Greg Cosell on Juwan Jennings, and this is on yesterday with Willard Dibs. He's going to join them all season long, and he'll be our 95 cent in the game NFL insider.
I want to make it clear. Yeah. I like Cosell. Before he plays that, I do like, and I know that he's very knowledgeable. I just, sometimes the way he delivers it, I'm like, do you have to be so salty?
Well, it's not being salty. I do think he's very
dry.
Well, no, he's very calculated.
Cardboard thinks he's dry.
No, I think he's very tight with the NFL and NFL films, and he doesn't want to be a hot takey guy. In an era where everyone's hot takey, he prides himself
I would agree.
on not giving takes. He just says, "This is what I saw on film. This is what I'm telling you. That's it." I don't know what they were trying to do all the time. I don't know what the route, I don't know who was the number one on this route. I don't know any of that. I can just tell you what I see. And this is what he saw from Juwan Jennings last season.
It's the perfect mix of receiver traits and pass game scheme. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. There's a lot of reduced splits in the 49ers offense where the receivers line up closer to the formation. They're not split wide. So he worked from the slot quite a bit. He had 114 targets, 53 of those came from the slot. So that's almost half came from the slot. So he had a lot of what we call free access where he was not pressed. Now he works between the numbers, which is the foundation of the 49ers pass game, extremely well. He's got size, he's got physicality, he's got competitive toughness. He's physical as a route runner. He can work through contact when necessary. He's gets hard yards, run after catch. He's a good receiver.
He's a good receiver. And again, this is Greg Cosell he breaks down film better than anyone outside of Brian Baldinger.
No, I love that. That was a really good chunky breakdown. One thing that I would like to look at, and I saw it, Debo missed the one game, and so did George Kittle against the Rams. And that was the game he went off. He had the 3 touchdowns. Yeah. He went off in that game. But when you watch when they had Ayuk, Debo, and Jennings, how was he utilized then versus after the Ayuk injury? How was he utilized? It's just very interesting. Like, I would love to see that breakdown. Well, I don't know if he did it.
Well, it kind of ties into, it's not like for like the same thing, because I'm going to get to this next quote, but he talked about, and there's a lot to be made about leverage right now if you're trying to hold out, right? How does the league around, view you? How does like a Pittsburgh Steelers or a Jacksonville Jaguars
great example.
Team X view you? Because the 49ers, you might be, great here and vital for this team, but the rest of the league might say, yeah, you might be just a system player.
Well, and also, like, what do you do to a defense? So, like, for example, when the Niners brought in Randy Moss, Randy was old, but when you went to the games, you're like, oh, these safeties are like constantly like sliding over to bracket him to make sure that he doesn't beat them over the top. Even as old man Randy, he still commanded a level of respect from the defense. And then you wonder why Michael Crabtree and Vernon Davis had monster years.
Right.
And Randy only caught like 40 balls that year. But it was because like the safeties had to honor him.
Well, we talk about it with basketball all the time. Gravity on the court and spacing on the court. And Stephen Curry, what he is able to do to defenses around the league, even when he doesn't have the ball in his hands, running around constantly and getting looks for other people, right? And I think Juwan Jennings was the benefactor of that at times, as you're mentioning right there. But this is what Cosell said, and I thought this was an interesting part, about Jennings being vital to the 49ers, but maybe not necessarily great around the NFL. Take a listen.
He is vital to what they do, but what it begs the question, and you're seeing it, for instance, in Washington with Terry McLaurin, who's obviously got a bigger track record than Jennings, but the question is, how important is a receiver to his team versus where does he stand in the group of receivers in the league? Jennings, to me, is very important to the Niners, but I don't think anybody's going to say that he's a top 5 receiver in the league.
And I don't think anyone's saying that, but his whole point, I guess if you're Juwan Jennings, right, it's like, yeah, around the league, I don't care. On this team right now, where you're trading for guys like Skyy Moore, who's been a bust for Kansas City, for Christ's sake, like you just need bodies at this point, and I was your number 1 last year, and I'm the number 1 on this team right now, quite frankly. I mean, Ricky Pearsall, he's got to show it. He was drafted to be a number 1, but I have the skins on the wall, if you will, from last season to prove that I'm the number 1 on this team. At least give me a couple more million. And from that standpoint, I understand.
Well, the other part that you're bringing up, because you're talking about like, are you a 1? Are you a 2? Like, kind of.
I don't really care how like he is on other teams right now, because Juwan Jennings is like, I'm not on other teams.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean, like, on this team, he might be a 1, right? And on other teams, he might be a 2. But for me, it's body type. So on this team, they don't have that body type.
No.
They don't have 6'3", box you out, possession receiver, catch radius, catch in traffic. Like, a lot of their guys are just a little more nimble, a little thinner, a little more upright in terms of like, he's a little more upright, in terms of like his ability to catch a ball in traffic. I think one thing we underrated with Debo, though he was small, look at the highlights, how many balls he would catch at the top of the air. He'd catch him in traffic, catch and twist, and be able to come down with them, especially with no Ayuk right now. He's one of your like thicker body dudes to go up and make a play. And if I throw Kittle to the side.
And you see those guys constantly when push comes to shove.
Just don't have that.
Come playoff time, like those matter.
Yes.
Like those chain movers,
100%.
the guys that could box him out. As again, I keep referencing it, and I can't wait till you start watching it, because there's a lot to take from the doc on Netflix about the Cowboys. But a guy like Michael Irvin, right? Like, he was able to just box out. Now, he had the speed, he had the hands, he had the size and all of it. But just knowing you had a big body to throw to when push comes to shove. Hell, you don't even need the speed sometimes. You saw it time in and time out with tight ends. And that's what is so frustrating sometimes when I was watching, last year was the Baltimore Ravens, because Mark Andrews is open, then he catches the ball, then he fumbles it. I felt so bad for Lamar Jackson, because that was kind of the turning point of the game against the Bills. But that's why tight ends come alive in the playoffs. That's like the Heath Millers of the world, right? Obviously, Vernon Davis, he's more of a speedster still, but the big body guys show out. Travis Kelce, what he's able to do against the Niners, those big bodies, and having those guys in the wide receiver core is huge, because, you mentioned it, Joe. Ricky Pearsall's not a big guy.
No.
He's not. He could be a number one route runner and and I think that's going to be the bugaboo around the Chargers because Baldy compared Ladd McConkey, a lot to, Ricky Pearsall, kind of very similar players. But I think that's a problem for the Chargers if that's going to be your number one is that guy. They would love for it to be, who is it, Quentin Johnston, right? Like that guy, like they would love for it to be him because he's the big body. Can't hang on to the ball. There is something to be said about your number one needing to be those physical traits, if you will. Now, I hope that Pearsall becomes a number one in the conversation that he was drafted to be that guy, but I don't know if he could have the wear and tear of taking all those shots throughout the season. I know there's exceptions, like Wes Welker was that guy for Brady for a little bit, but even then, like kind of the wear and tear.
I have a fantasy draft Saturday with the homies.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, if I took Kittle off the board, who's the first Niner you're taking? Niner defense, CMC, Pearsall, Purdy.
Ooh. That's interesting.
I think CMC might go over Kittle. I haven't mocked yet, but just the running back position in general goes over the tight ends.
So I don't even have him on my, I don't even know. It depends where. Like, if it's 5th or 6th round and people are passing on him, I'm snagging him. But we haven't even seen him.
Wait, you didn't mention Jake Moody. What?
Don't even. I don't know what you're doing.
Come on. I mean, the guy had 30 points in game one last year.
So it's not even unanimous that Kittle's the number one pick in fantasy.
No, because the boom could be so big on CMC. You take that risk.
Yeah, no,
God, I'm not touching him.
Christian McCaffrey
I can't touch him.
Is going before George Kittle for sure.
You think?
Yes, I do. Yeah, because if you're drafting it in that situation, and Kittle's going to go top 3. Tight ends is probably going to be who? Bowers, McBride, and Kittle on some stage.
Kittle's second ranked. Bowers is number 1.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's going to be some variation of those 3.
See, tight ends usually go high in our league because you can play 2 of them. And,
okay.
They've got tremendous value.
You have the flex, so you can have a tight end. Or
it could be tight end, running back, or wide
Yeah.
receiver.
Yeah.
That's why I just asked. I mean, look, I know.
I actually think Pearsall might be a guy this year in PPR leagues where I might be drafting him higher than I thought. And I'm actually pleasantly surprised about that. From everyone's talking on camp, we've seen him, Joe.
Oh, so 2 months ago, us calling him a bust off of getting an injury.
Well, he still is right now. I said if his career ended today, he'd be a bust. I mean, that's not a hot take. That wasn't a hot take. I was just
if his career ended today.
Next question.
If Bryce Eldridge's career ends today, he's a bust.
Yes. It's not a hot take.
It's okay. Pivot, don't panic. Come to my side.
It's not a hot take,
don't
Joe.
panic.
It's just to say, just truth and reality. I don't deal with conspiracy theories. I deal in truth and reality. That's what I do. The truth and reality is the 49ers don't have a lot of wide receivers right now. They're going to force feed Ricky Pearsall in PPR. And by the way, as we're talking fantasy, it's always PPR. Non-PPR leagues, get out of here. What are you doing? It's not fun. It's stupid, quite frankly. Miss me with that. Are you a non-PPR league?
I just don't. You guys
gotta be a
are
full
all,
point too.
How many leagues are you in?
I think I'm just going to be in the 95-7 league this year.
Good. Okay.
Yeah,
how about you, Carter? How many teens?
I'm in 3 this year.
Only 3.
Yeah, after 3, you just can't keep track.
Well, that's why I went down to family and friends.
Guru was in 6 last year.
Did he finish in the top 7?
That's so unreasonable.
Right. So Guru was rooting for and against every player on every screen every Sunday.
I was drunk.
On every touchdown, he's either fist pumping or punching the air. Oh my God, Sam, how many for you?
And I'm not going to hold the players accountable.
Yeah, I got stuck in 3 this year.
Stuck? You guys act like you have no choice for these things. You could say no.
I think I'm out, and they pull me back in.
It's okay. You could say no. Carter, by the way, is the defending champion here at 95-7 the game.
So we're going to do 95-7 the game fantasy, and I told you I only do family and friends. But we're going to set it up to where somebody in the audience is going to be able to help me draft the 95-7 the game Joe Shasky team, which we will have you guys name.
You're going to be in the league this year?
Yeah, I'm allowing you guys.
One of the 16 people in the 95-7 league.
Wait.
But it's going to be R. It's going to be R, as in the audience. R.
16?
Thank you, Spadone, with 2 flexes.
Wait.
Well, no, I heard we're losing a flex.
Benches should be down.
We're not.
Benches should be down. Then we should only have a couple of bench spots.
We're still having 2 flexes. was very mad at Lucas.
How many
about
teams
this.
are making the playoffs?
Who's the commish?
Lucas, he's awful at it.
I mean, Lucas can't even come in on time, and we got this guy's the commissioner.
He can barely tie his shoes.
I mean, what are we doing?
He has a hole in his sweatshirt whenever he comes in, and it's
well, what's up, guys?
So wait,
I just woke up. What's up? I was betting on Korean soccer last night.
don't
up till 3:30 in the morning.
Don't sleep on the KSO, the Korean Soccer League.
Man, it's
KSO.
Indian cricket, man. I lost like $600.
Indian cricket. Hey,
well, they have.
I've bet on that before. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, exactly. They have leagues.
Greg Cosell said something very interesting, Joe, in regard to Brock Purdy's season last year. And I think it's going to shock a lot of people around here, and I think it's going to trigger you especially. We're going to play it on the other side. 888-957-9570 is the number to get involved. We got Dave Fleming coming up, 8:30, courtesy of River Islands, our 95% of the game Giants insider. I mean, poor Landen Roupp, poor Kaiwei Tang, poor Dave Fleming for having to call some of these games, quite frankly. But you know what? Good for Dave. He's got college football around the corner, so he's going to be locked in there for ESPN. I'm sure he's excited about this season. Maybe we'll ask him some college football / NFL questions. I would love to touch on that with Dave Fleming. Real quick before the injury report, what do you got?
No, it's just
what,
Dave? We're gonna have to. Christian Koss at second base was just all over the place yesterday.
Yeah,
I mean, him and Fitzgerald, they dropped the fly ball. They got to be able to force it out, and it cost me an error. I mean, it's just a nightmare.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to open with.
We've made so many errors on the infield.
Christian Koss. Just hit.
I'm happy with Christian Koss.
Just hit the injury report.
Are you?
And this was the tough one. This was hard to watch, unfortunately. Landen Roupp had to be carted off the field of last night's Giants-Padres game with an injury to his left knee. Roupp appeared to come down awkwardly after a line drive hit from Ramon Laureano, but it wasn't on the leg that he actually got hit from the ball, and it was just, he kind of stumbled, kind of like me early morning waking up for the shift, where I just fall out of bed. It's kind of what happened to Landen Roupp on the mound yesterday. Roupp was not available to speak to the media after the game and is expected to undergo an MRI today. Just play it, Carter. Just play it.
Poor Landen Roupp.